Hello watcher and subscriber. Today we discuss the use of final keyword in Java. So final keyword in Java is particularly used to restrict the user. The Java final keyword can be used in many contexts. It can be used with variable, it can be used with method, and it can be used with the class also. So now we will see what we can do by using final keyword if we use along with variable, method and class. So first we discuss about the final variable. Final variable are nothing but constant. We cannot change the value. Let's have look at the below code. So suppose we have the class, and in this class suppose we have final variable s. Okay, then it will be treated as a constant value. In Java, when you keep the value constant, you can use the final keyword before the declaration. So here yes will become final variable, and it start with the final, and then as it is we do declaration of variable with the value. So that is what final variable. And if you change it by using the method, you will get the error message in the program, that is compile time error you will get, cannot be assigned. So you keep in mind friend, once you use the final variable you cannot change its value. Okay, so that is the use of final variable. It restricts the variable, and because of that we cannot change the value also. Next one is final method. If you make any method final, you cannot override it. In the previous tutorial you have seen override concept. Suppose you are taking one class and you are using final keyword before the method. So that is what final method. It start with the final keyword which is followed by the declaration of method. So here whatever the code is there you can write, no problem. But if you take the derived class, you cannot override the same method. If you override, you get the compile time error. So it gives the protection to the method. You cannot reuse that method. It means you cannot use the override concept in the program. So if you want to override, if you don't want to override and provide extra security to that method, if you are providing extra security to that method, then you have to use the final keyword in the program. Once you use final, you cannot reuse that method in the next derived class. Understood? Next one is final class. If you make any class final, you cannot extend it. It means if you are taking the class A, and if you are taking derived class, then you cannot write extends A. Means that class will be protected. Whatever the feature is having by A, it cannot be reused in the other class. So if you want to give protection, then you have to use the final class in the program. So if you extend it, you will get the error in the program. So friend, in short, you understood now. If you use the final keyword, whether it is variable, method, class, then what happen? It gives the security to that variable, method and class, and you cannot reuse that content. What is the blank or uninitialized final variable? So many users get the confusion. If you uninitialize final variable, then what happen? First we will learn here what is the blank or uninitialized final variable. A final variable that is not initialized at the time of declaration is a blank final variable. So here in example, suppose we have the final variable but we didn't give the value. Okay, so that is known as the blank final variable or uninitialized final variable. Then what we can give for giving the value, that we also discuss. So here the question is, can we initialize the blank final variable? The answer is yes, but only in constructor. Suppose you have the class with the blank final variable, then what happen? You can give values, but by using the constructor only. Okay, so in case if we have the blank final variable, okay, then by using simple method we cannot initialize. You have to use constructor in the program. That is the property of final. Generally what happen, whenever we have final variable we set the initial value, but in rare case if you are not setting, then you have to use constructor for setting the initial value to the final variable. So I hope friend you understood the concept of final variable, method and the class. So in short, it is used for giving the protection or security to the desired variable, method and the class, so that we cannot reuse that, we cannot change the variable, we cannot do override with the final method, and we cannot extend that class also. So final give the restriction to the user. Okay, so if you want the restriction, you can use the final keyword in the program. So I hope you understood this tutorial. Thanks for watching. Thank you.